The big picture. What is macroeconomics? Macroeconomics is a branch of economics that deals with the structure, performance, behavior, and decision-making of an economy as a whole. It focuses on the aggregate changes in the economy, such as growth rate, unemployment, and inflation. Economics can feel like a vast and complicated subject, with so many different aspects to consider. From individual choices to global trends, it can be overwhelming. But at its core, economics is about understanding how people and societies use resources to satisfy their needs and wants. It's about so much more than just money. It's about the choices we make every day, whether it's buying groceries, saving for the future, or investing in education. These decisions, while seemingly small, collectively shape the economy. It's about how we make decisions as individuals. Each choice we make, from what to buy to how much to save, impacts the economy. These individual decisions aggregate to form the larger economic picture. It's about how businesses operate and interact. Businesses make decisions about production, pricing, and investment that affect their success and the economy's health. They respond to consumer demand, technological changes, and government policies, and it's about how entire countries manage their resources. Governments play a crucial role in the economy by setting policies that influence economic activity. They decide on taxation, spending, and regulation to promote growth and stability. That's where macroeconomics comes in. It provides the tools to analyze and understand these complex interactions. By studying macroeconomics, we can gain insights into how economies function and how to address economic challenges. Macroeconomics zooms out to look at the big picture of a country's economy. It examines the overall performance and structure of the economy, considering factors like national income, total employment, and the general price level. Imagine looking at a map of the entire United States instead of just one city. This broader perspective helps us understand how different regions and sectors are interconnected and how policies can impact the entire economy. Macroeconomists study things like economic growth, inflation, and unemployment. They analyze data to identify trends and make predictions about future economic conditions. This information is vital for policymakers, businesses, and individuals. They want to understand the forces that drive these trends. By identifying the underlying causes of economic fluctuations, macroeconomists can develop strategies to promote stability and growth. Think of it like this. If you were a doctor, you could specialize in treating individual patients. You would focus on diagnosing and treating specific illnesses, much like microeconomists focus on individual markets and behaviors. That's like microeconomics, focusing on individual parts of the economy. Microeconomists study how households and firms make decisions and how they interact in specific markets. But you could also choose to be a doctor who focuses on public health, looking at the overall health of the community. This broader approach is akin to macroeconomics, which looks at the economy as a whole. That's the role of a macroeconomist. They analyze the economy-wide phenomena and develop policies to improve economic performance and address issues like inflation, unemployment, and economic growth. Understanding macroeconomics helps us make sense of the world around us. It provides a framework for analyzing economic policies and their impact on our daily lives. It helps us understand why prices go up, why jobs are created or lost, and how governments try to influence the economy. By understanding these dynamics, we can make more informed decisions. As consumers, workers, and voters, it's a powerful tool for understanding the forces that shape our lives. Macroeconomics provides the insights needed to navigate the complexities of the modern economy and to contribute to its improvement. The money printers. An introduction to monetary policy. Monetary policy is a crucial aspect of economic management that affects every facet of our daily lives, from the cost of groceries to the interest rates on our mortgages. One of the most powerful tools governments have to influence the economy is monetary policy. It involves the strategic control of the money supply and interest rates to achieve macroeconomic objectives, such as controlling inflation, managing employment levels, and ensuring economic stability. This is essentially the control of a country's money supply. By regulating how much money is in circulation, the central bank can influence economic activity, ensuring that the economy grows at a sustainable rate. The central bank, like the Federal Reserve in the United States, is responsible for implementing monetary policy. These institutions are tasked with maintaining financial stability and are often seen as the backbone of a country's economic health. Think of the central bank as the guardian of a country's currency. It oversees the financial system, ensuring that it operates smoothly and efficiently. It has the power to print more money or take money out of circulation. This ability to control the money supply is a powerful tool that can be used to either stimulate the economy or cool it down when necessary. By adjusting the amount of money available, the central bank can influence interest rates, which are the cost of borrowing money. Lowering interest rates can make borrowing cheaper, encouraging spending and investment, which are the cost of borrowing money. When interest rates are low, it becomes more affordable for individuals and businesses to take out loans for various purposes, from buying homes to expanding operations.
Lower interest rates make it cheaper for businesses to invest in new projects, hire more employees, and increase production. This can lead to job creation and economic growth, and for consumers to borrow money for things like houses and cars. When consumers have access to affordable credit, they are more likely to make significant purchases, which drives demand and stimulates the economy. This can stimulate economic activity and boost growth. Increased spending by businesses and consumers can lead to higher production levels, more jobs, and a thriving economy. Higher interest rates, on the other hand, can help to control inflation by making it more expensive to borrow and spend. When borrowing costs rise, both consumers and businesses may cut back on spending, which can help to cool down an overheated economy.
The central bank's decisions about monetary policy have a ripple effect throughout the economy. These decisions can influence everything from the cost of living to the overall economic growth rate. They influence everything from the prices we pay at the store. When the central bank adjusts interest rates, it can affect the cost of goods and services, impacting our daily expenses, to the jobs we have. Changes in monetary policy can lead to shifts in employment levels as businesses respond to the cost of borrowing and the overall economic climate. Understanding how monetary policy works is essential for understanding how the economy functions as a whole. By grasping these concepts, we can better appreciate the complex mechanisms that drive economic stability and growth and how they impact our everyday lives. Interest rates are like the steering wheel of the economy. They are a powerful tool used by central banks to manage economic stability and growth. Just as a driver uses the steering wheel to guide a car, central banks use interest rates to steer the economy in the desired direction. This involves a delicate balance, as even small adjustments can have significant impacts. By adjusting interest rates, central banks can influence borrowing, spending, and overall economic activity. Lowering rates can stimulate the economy, while raising them can cool it down.
When interest rates are low, it's like stepping on the gas pedal. This encourages more borrowing and spending, which can boost economic activity. Borrowing becomes cheaper, encouraging businesses to invest in new projects and consumers to spend more. This can lead to increased demand for goods and services, driving economic growth. This increased spending can lead to economic growth and job creation. More jobs mean more income for households, which further fuels spending and investment. On the other hand, when interest rates are high, it's like stepping on the brakes. This can slow down the economy by making borrowing more expensive. Borrowing becomes more expensive, which can slow down investment and spending. Businesses may delay or cancel expansion plans, and consumers might cut back on big-ticket purchases. This can help to control inflation, but may also lead to slower economic growth. High interest rates can reduce the risk of an overheated economy, but can also result in higher unemployment.
The central bank carefully monitors economic indicators like inflation and unemployment. These indicators provide crucial information about the health of the economy to determine the appropriate level of interest rates. The goal is to find a balance that supports sustainable economic growth without triggering runaway inflation. Finding the right balance is crucial. Setting interest rates too low can lead to runaway inflation, where prices increase rapidly and erode purchasing power. While setting them too high can stifle economic growth, high rates can lead to reduced spending and investment, potentially causing a recession. Central banks must constantly analyze a wide range of data and economic trends to make informed decisions. Their goal is to maintain economic stability and foster conditions that support long-term growth. Ultimately, the central bank's management of interest rates affects everyone, from businesses planning their next big investment to families buying their first home. The right interest rate policy can help create a thriving, stable economy that benefits all. As we navigate the complexities of the modern economy, understanding the role of interest rates can help us appreciate the delicate balance central banks strive to maintain. Their decisions shape the economic landscape, guiding us toward a prosperous future. Section 4. Government spending and taxes, the tools of fiscal policy. While monetary policy focuses on the money supply, fiscal policy deals with the government's budget, how much it spends, and how much it collects in taxes.
Governments use fiscal policy to influence the economy, just like they use monetary policy. When the government spends more than it collects in taxes, it's running a budget deficit. This can stimulate the economy by injecting more money into circulation. Think of it like giving the economy a shot of adrenaline.
Conversely, when the government collects more in taxes than it spends, it's running a budget surplus. This can help to slow down inflation, but may also lead to slower economic growth. It's like taking the foot off the gas pedal a bit.
Governments can use fiscal policy to achieve various economic goals, such as promoting economic growth, reducing unemployment, or controlling inflation. The specific mix of spending and tax policies a government chooses depends on the economic challenges it faces.
Section 5. Fiscal policy in action, how governments respond to recessions. Imagine the economy as a ship sailing on the open sea. Sometimes the ship encounters rough waters in the form of recessions. Recessions are periods of economic decline characterized by shrinking GDP, rising unemployment, and falling business investment.
During recessions, governments often use fiscal policy to try to steer the ship back on course. One way they do this is by increasing government spending. This can take many forms, such as investing in infrastructure projects, providing aid to struggling businesses, or increasing unemployment benefits.
The idea is that by injecting more money into the economy, the government can create jobs, boost demand for goods and services, and stimulate economic activity. This is known as expansionary fiscal policy.
Fiscal policy can be a powerful tool for mitigating the effects of recessions and promoting economic recovery. However, it's important to note that fiscal policy decisions involve trade-offs and can have both short-term and long-term consequences.